Hello and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Today we're gonna talk about my favorite thing to complain about and probably my number one requested change in the game. It's the furniture object limit. But today we're not just gonna complain about it. We're gonna take a look deeply into it. I literally tested every single possible item in the game and whether it's contributing to the object limit or not. And the results are gonna blow your mind. You probably never realized how many things contribute to the object limit. So let's get right into it. And I'm gonna go right away and say it. I think it's ridiculously low, the number of objects. It should be increased. But what actually contributes to this number? 3,000. We're not going to talk about unique items. That one is pretty self-explanatory. There are some things in this game, some objects on the map that do contribute towards this counter and some that don't. And to make the long story short, most of them do. Like, it's literally easier to name the ones that don't. And I'm going to name the only two kinds of items that I found from testing pretty much every single kind of item in the game that don't contribute to this counter. And those are night thorns, number one. So as you can see right now I have 2213, and if I remove this night thorn, we are still at 2213. So night thorns do not contribute to the item limit. So if you let your village go and have a billion night thorns around, don't worry, those are not contributing towards your limit. Another type of thing that doesn't contribute to furniture limit is paths. So as you see 2213 right now, and I place a piece of asphalt in here, and it doesn't change anything. So that's good to know. You can have as many paths as you want. It will not contribute towards your furniture limit. Neither do fences. So actually it's 3 items, not 2. As you see, fence does not contribute to object limit at all. So again, have as many fences as you want. And that's where our list ends. Every other item, and I mean every other item, contributes to object limits. And this is where, like, some objects are pretty much probably obvious. Like, for example, chests, any furnitures that you have outside. Also important to note, the objects inside house or any house do not contribute against the village object limit. Pretty sure there is no limit inside the house because it's impossible to cram 3,000 objects inside one room. But everything that's placed outside, any tree, any bush, any plant, anything that you can target in the furniture mode, that you can move around or touch it, everything, every single object contributes towards the object limit. All of these little statues, this carpet, this table, this chair, all of this contributes to the object limit counter. But it doesn't stop right there. I tested everything. Flowers, spices, any objects that lie on the ground, including wood, anything that you throw out of your inventory. Like these 3 seeds, that's 3 objects right there. We have these orbs, memory orbs. Each memory orb is +1 on the counter of object limit. Not even just that. Every single spawnable item, like for example, gray rocks that just randomly spawn in the world. These bones, the sand rocks, the mushrooms, the icicles, literally everything. The coins! If you have a coin lying on the ground, it's also contributed to object limit. Anything that you can drop, any kind of resource that comes out from anything, it contributes towards the limit. Literally everything you can imagine. Everything you can lay your eyes on, that's +1 on your object counter. And this is ridiculous for multiple reasons. First of all, let's not forget one of the most important ones. The one that probably most people had no idea is the crops. Every single hole, not even the crop hole. Like, look at this. Currently, we are at 2215. I dig a hole. Just a regular hole. And bam, 2216. Every single hole in the ground counts as an object. It doesn't matter if it has a plant in it or if it doesn't. Every single hole, no matter if the plant is growing, if the plant is matured, every hole is an object. So right now, right here, my pumpkin field taking 200 objects away from my world. 200 furniture items that I could place around my valley to make it look nice is all in this little square. So in the end, we're going to talk about how to efficiently reduce the number of objects in your valley so you can place things. But do you realize how insane this is? Every single memory orb, well, probably not many people have memory orbs lying around. Everything contributes to the object limit. So what does this mean? Why do I say in the title the game is robbing you? And it's simple. The objects that actually spawn randomly on the map still counts towards the limit, which means you have no control over it. 20 pieces of wood. 20 flowers. Well, it's not 20. I'm currently working on the flowers research, like a massive flowers research. It's going to be glorious. It's going to blow your mind. So there's approximately, let's count as a 20. 20 flowers, 20 sticks. We have around 15 spawnable objects like rocks, bones, icicles, about 15. Then we have 10 spices. What else do we have? Okay, let's start with that. So 20 plus 20 plus 10, 50 plus 15, 65 in every single biome. There is 65 objects always on the ground unless you collect them that are contributing towards your limit. 65 multiplied by 8. Let's just take 60. Imagine, this is like the best case scenario. 60. If you don't pick up your items for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours, like let's say a day. If you spend a day not picking up any items, you're gonna have at least 8 multiplied by 60, 480 items. 480, 500. It's 500 out of 3,000 that you have no control over, and there's nothing you can do. You are gonna have those 500 items unless you religiously pick every flower, every spice, every piece of wood, every time you see it. Which nobody does, let's be honest. 500 items of this 3,000 is gone just for that. Now, let's count other things that we can't control. Every single well, every single stall, every single orb statue, whatever this is called, pillar. Every single villager house is an object. All of those count towards the object limit. Add another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 50 items. 550 already gone. It's like, it's insane. If you want to have a field, even if it's a small field like mine, I've seen people having thousands of pumpkins in their fields. I have 200. It's 200 of objects that I could have... Like, this is literally probably like third of my plaza is replaced by that small pumpkin field. Ridiculous. So, after I ranted about that, let's talk about how can we make things better. Like, look at this. This rock is contributing towards my object limit. Get out of here! So a few things that you can do is to remove any holes that you're not using. Well, technically all the holes that you're using are gonna get covered within 24 hours, so it's not a big deal. But if you have a ginormous field that you're barely ever harvesting, like if you have 1,000 pumpkin field that you harvest maybe once in a while, consider making it smaller. Make it 200 pumpkins and harvest it more often. This way, you will drastically reduce the amount of holes and objects in your village. Next, make sure there is no garbage lying around on the ground. Any seeds, any stones, any gems, any crops, anything that you might have dropped outside just lying around, pick it up. And it's gonna increase your object limit by a lot. Like, look at these memories. I'm definitely gonna have to pick them all up if I want to do another biome decoration. Actually, I haven't tested if the holes count as an object. Let's see. 2215. Let's remove this hole. We're gonna remove it, and then we're gonna cover it. Collect everything. Let's see. Even the holes count as an object. Wow, that is ridiculous. Another smart thing that you can do is to remove all the trees, at least not all, like a lot of the trees from many default biomes. Like, if you're not working on this biome currently, there's no reason for you to have billion trees in the biome. You can remove them. You can remove some of the small tiny rocks around, small tiny flowers. If you're not currently working on the biome and you're working on some other biome and you need more objects, just clear out the biome that you're not working with. There is a chance in the future we're gonna have this items limit extended, so for now just remove everything from the biomes you're not working on. Don't worry about my frozen heights. I have every single inch of ground covered with carpets. I'm doing the research. This is for science. Now, what's gonna happen if you reach the object limit? It's not fun. Nothing good is gonna happen. What's gonna happen is that it's gonna tell you every time you're gonna try to drop an item, it's gonna tell you you cannot drop items here. It just means that you reached the capacity, because every dropped item will contribute to the limit. So if you're above the limit, you will not be able to drop a single item. You will not be able to place any new items, obviously. You will still be able, however, the resources, the spawnable resources like spices, flowers, wood, they will still respawn, and it will put you way over the limit, which makes no sense. So they will still spawn, so it's not a good way to, like, if you want to stop garbage generating in your village, it's not going to help you. Stuff will still generate, and it will put you even deeper over the limit. If you mine rocks, rocks will still drop the rocks, even if you're above the limit. You will be able to pick them up, but you will not be able to drop them from your inventory. Again, stuff like night thorns. Again, if the object spawns other objects, it will let you do it, but it will not let you place anything on the ground manually, which can be very annoying. Like, imagine you have a bunch of stuff lying around and you just want to clear it up and put it in the chest, and you're trying to place a chest, but you can't because you have too much stuff lying around. Now that is a terrible situation to be in, and I have been in this situation before, and since then I've been much more conservative with the objects in my valley. Oh my god, I hate when this happens. Why do they spawn on a freaking road? Anyway, yeah, I think this is a problem. I think it's unfair. I think only furniture should count towards the limit. Like, in my opinion, even the trees and the bushes should not count towards the limit, because those are, like, this is a part of a valley. They're not even that, like, I mean, okay, fine, trees and bushes maybe, but at least everything that spawns automatically should not count. The buildings, everything that we have no control over, should not count towards the object's limit. If that is fixed, we will get about 600 items back, which means it's roughly enough to decorate one full biome if you're being conservative, which I'm not. For me, it's going to be like half a biome. But seriously, game, please do something about this furniture limit. I know there's probably optimization issues, so find a way to optimize it better, but it's not fair. It's not fair. It's super restrictive. It's not even close to being fair. And I hope it's going to get addressed in the next update. I made many videos talking about it. This time I went deep into it just to show you how ridiculous this is. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe for more. And thank you so much, members, for supporting this channel. You guys are amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.